Okay, this is period 6 quiz, problem number 5. Okay, you're asked to simplify the following radicals, but do not use a calculator. So if you remembered your perfect squares, you would remember that that 121 is equal to 11 times 11. So the square root of 121 is 11. And I'm left with 5 times 11 equals 55. Very easy. Okay. Now B. So the square root of 98, you could choose many factors for 98, or at least several of them. The easiest one to pick was 2 times the square root of, 2 times 49. Okay, 49, again, if you remember your perfect squares, square root of 49 is 7. So the 7 pops out, you're left with the square root of 2, and that's your answer. Okay, C was a little bit more complicated, but the easiest thing to do first would have been to divide 10 by 2, and you get 5. So you end up with 5 times the square root of 3 over the square root of 5. Now you remember that having a radical in the denominator is not good practice. So we're going to multiply by 1 in the form of the square root of 5 over square root of 5, which is totally legal. And that's equal to 5 times the square root of 3 times 15 is 15. 3 times 5 is 15. And then square root of 5 times square root of 5 is just 5. We can cancel the 5 and we end up with the square root of 15, and that was your answer. Okay. Okay, we're going to do 6 and 7 on this same video. Hopefully it won't be too big. Okay, for each triangle below, give the lengths of the missing sides. Go away. Okay, so you notice this is a 45, 45, 90. Where'd you go? Okay, this is a 45, 45, 90. So we know these two sides are the same, which is going to make life a little easier. And we know that our hypotenuse is equal to 5 times the square root of 5. So we know our rules, okay, in that these two sides are the same, and the length of the hypotenuse is x times the square root of 2. Okay. So here we're given our hypotenuse, which is 5 times the square root of 5, and we need to find x, so we know what a and b are. So all we have to do is set 5 times the square root of 5 equal to x times the square root of 2, okay, because that's our formula. And so then all we need to do is divide both sides by the square root of 2. And we have x equal 5 times the square root of 5 over the square root of 2. And again, we need to get rid of that nasty radical in the denominator. Okay, we're going to end up with 5 times the square root of 5 times 2. We can combine those. It's going to be square root of 10. Okay, square root of 2 times square root of 2 is 2. Okay, and so x is going to be equal to 5 times the square root of 10 over 2. So we now know that a, this side, is equal to 5 times the square root of 10 over 2. And so is this one, 5 times the square root of 10 over 2. And you can write it down here. And that way Ms. Coe will know for sure what you think your answer is. And everybody will live happily ever after. Okay. I am going to erase this part. Okay, redo that one. X root 2. Okay, again, over number 7, we have a 45, 45, 90. And we are given a leg down here at the 6. So because we have our 45, 45, 90, we know that B also has to equal 6. Okay, and then we know C is equal to x times the square root of 2, and which is just the leg times the square root of 2. So we know it's 6 times the square root of 2. C equals 6 times the square root of 2, and we are done.